Wednesday, not Tuesday. Unfortunately, it's not Friday, but it's hump day. Congratulations are in order, my friends. Yes, congratulations are in order. You made it through a handful of the toughest astrological days of 2019. Yes, you did. If we were to rank time periods that are most challenging in this here mutable madness of 2019, the past few days, probably since Friday of last week, have been up there at the top of the list as far as like the most difficult days of 2019. There are more ahead. Absolutely, there are more difficult days ahead. But if you are here, you made it through the past about 5 days. Thank you. The past 5 days have been difficult. People who don't even follow astrology have noticed that something's been up. There's been something going on. They couldn't quite put their finger on it. They didn't have the language to articulate it. But you lucky saints and ain'ts have the privilege of me, Dana, the People's Oracle. Yes, the People's Oracle, to help you find the language for the fuckery that has been the past week. That's what astrology does. Astrology helps you find the language to articulate the fuckery. Right? So here we are. It is Wednesday. It is June 19th. Happy Juneteenth to all of my people. Happy Juneteenth. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But happy Juneteenth to you. And your mama too. And your grandmama. And your godmama. And your sister and your brother. Anyways, but yeah, we made it through like this really, really difficult moment. And this really difficult moment, I personally have been talking about it for a while. I mean, personally, I have been trying to help you prepare and get your mind right and foresee what was coming. This is why I make tables with graphics that have dates, and then I do videos and I tweet and I Instagram and I go live, so that you know that on Tuesday, yesterday, June, poor bird in the street, can't even see what's coming, almost got his life taken. Tuesday, June 18th, hi. Mercury and Mars were going to conjoin, kicking off another very, very, very messy Mercury retrograde. I remember noting about the Mercury retrograde that we experienced this spring, saying that that was going to be one of the most messy and difficult retrogrades we'd experienced in a while. But this one is about to top it. And you could tell because Mercury has not even properly entered its retrograde shadow. And look at the shit that has been going down the past few days. Look around you, inside you, in your brain, outside. Target, they had a huge blackout in South America. I mean, Mercury is not even in its shadow, but I tell you that Mercury-Mars conjunction was not playing games. And if you know what's good for you, you'll be paying attention to the fact that Mercury is going to conjoin Mars 2 more times. Now, the last time we had something similar to this moment, where we have this Mercury retrograde, and the Mercury retrograde features these conjunctions with Mars. August, September, September of 2017. Yes, a lot of people have been struggling, with headaches. People have been struggling with tiredness. People have been popping off at the mouth, saying things that they should probably shh about. But sometimes you've been holding it in so long that the geyser is just ready to burst forth, and you just have to say that shit. But then you got to deal with the consequences too, because when some words leaves your lips, you can't get them back. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe you don't want to take them back. But at the end of the day, we made it past that one. Now, oh Jesus, Chicago is just killing me right now. We made it back. I'm gonna sit here and hope that a parking space clears up so I can go get my nails done at 10 o'clock. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna pull over and just wait, and then I can talk to y'all undistracted. But yeah, like for real, like for real, I really just want to congratulate y'all and myself for making it through the nonsense that, and now I need my sunglasses on, the nonsense and trash that was the Mercury-Mars conjunction kicking off the Mercury retrograde of summer 2019. So from here, we got a couple of things happening. Just within a couple of days of each other, Mercury is going to enter Cancer and Mars is going to enter Cancer. And I wish I would have put it in my bag. But if you have the 2019 Sidereal Astrology Guide, which is on sale on my website to download, and I'm still shipping out copies if you would like to purchase a hard copy, you will know that there are 4 stelliums. I don't use Outer Planet Thieves Tarot because they're unnecessary. Right. So if you have the 2019 Sidereal Astrology Guide, you will know, because you've been studying and reading and taking notes and keeping track of your personal astrology all year, interpreting for yourself what each of the transits means personally for your birth chart. You've been keeping a journal of the events that correlated with each transit, and you will know that there are 4 stelliums in 2019. Stelliums are when 3 or more planets gather in one sign. And all of those planets in that one sign are under the command of, answering to, and focused on one particular planet. The 4 stelliums that we're experiencing in 2019 are in Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and your favorite sign of the year, Sagittarius. Okay, so this first one is coming up, and Mars, technically Mercury kicks it off because Mercury's going to enter Cancer tomorrow. And then Mars is going to enter Cancer, I believe, on Saturday. I believe it's Saturday. That's cute. Yeah, Mars enters Cancer on Saturday. So, yeah, with that, we are like waiting at the bus depot. We're waiting at the bus depot for everybody to catch up to Cancer. So first is Mercury, then it's Mars, Sun and Venus shortly after, and then Mercury's gonna be like, yo, I gotta go spend one day back in Gemini, but I'll be right back, right, as it stations direct at the end of July. And by the time we're at the very beginning of August, yes, it's not that far away, Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all in Cancer. Now, I want to talk to you about your mother. I want to talk to you about your family. And I just want you to know that you've got to deal with it. Whatever it is, your home, your living situation, other significant women, Really depends on where Cancer falls in your chart. But again, if you have the 2019 Sidereal Astrology Guide, you know exactly where Cancer falls in your chart because you followed the instructions on my website to cast your sidereal birth chart, and you filled out the tables in the 2019 Sidereal Astrology Guide with what sign goes with what house in your chart. And you've even referenced the quick reference tables so that you know what the sign meanings are and that you know what the house meanings are. But for those of you who don't have the 2019 Sidereal Astrology Guide, you're going to keep inboxing me and asking me what this means when I've already made it available for you. You see that? Go download it. So, just so we have our eye on focus, right? The next hurdle, the next milestone that we are approaching and that we are preparing for and that we are anticipating is the Mercury retrograde station. I've seen some Mercury retrogrades in my life. And there was one particular Mercury retrograde in recent history that was full of hot bullocks of cow dung, okay? And this was in September of 2017. The very first week of September 2017, Mercury was stationary direct. That means it had stopped, slowed down tremendously, paused, and was ready to move forward through the zodiac. But no. Mercury could not just stop and pause and move forward through the zodiac. It had to talk to Mars. And Mars was about that life. Thank you. Mars was like, hurricane, wildfire, climate change, disaster in this bitch. Right? Literally let me set a blazing inferno. Let me flood your shit. Let me bring the storm. Okay? This was September of 2017. And then Mercury can join Mars again like September 13th. Again, Hurricane Harvey and Maria and Irma. Okay? So now, what happens, my dear, dear friends, is that on July 7th, that was a shit September. My son was in the ICU that month. So yeah, July 7th and 8th are your least favorite days of the summer because Mercury is going to station retrograde at 10 degrees Cancer. How cute. The parallels here are really quite remarkable because the conjunction between Mercury and Mars, as Mercury was stationary direct September 3rd, 4th, 5th of 2017, it was at the degree of a total solar eclipse that had just occurred on August 21st, 2017. So that was some trigger for my nigga, okay? Now, here we are in 2019 and Mercury is going to station retrograde at 10 degrees of Cancer and back right up into Mars, which is triggering an eclipse that occurred July 27th of 2018. There was a full moon lunar eclipse conjunct Mars in Capricorn at 10 degrees Capricorn, while the sun was at 10 degrees Cancer on July 27th, 2018. Okay, so here we are, just shy of a year later, and that same degree with Mars exactly opposed where Mars was then, and Mercury stationing retrograde. So this is what I just want to say, okay? You need people. You need people that aren't on the internet. The internet is great. I've made great friends from the internet. But you need people. And so, find them. Whatever little hangups and pet peeves that you have around friendships and people, this moment is asking us to increase our intolerance for discomfort. Let me say that again. This moment is asking us to increase our tolerance, not intolerance, increase our tolerance for discomfort. What are you willing to do without? That's the question. So we have a couple weeks to breathe. We have a couple weeks to kind of catch our breath, but really, tomorrow Mercury enters Cancer, and it's right before that it enters its retrograde shadow. So it's really like we're here, and there's so much irony and so much fascination on my behalf as an astrologer that this fuck shit Mercury retrograde is happening right when we're about to have a solar eclipse in Mercury sign. So like before, like as Mercury is moving like to a creepy crawly first week of July, I don't know what you have planned, but you should probably just not, or just prepare for it to be derailed or delayed or suddenly something happening in some way, because there's an eclipse in Gemini that is ruled by a very, very slow and upset Mercury in Cancer. My son has Mercury in Cancer, and I know a few other people. And no tea, no shade, no shame, no judgment. But the fact of the matter is that, like, Mercury in Cancer is not the best at using their words. Mercury in retrograde is Mercury in Cancer is very expressive, extremely expressive, but not to use in using their words per se. Mercury in Cancer filters everything through the body rather than through an intellectual or cognitive faculty. Mercury in Cancer also is ruled by instinct rather than logic. And so this instinct is not bad. We need instinct, but sometimes logic is really the tool for the job. And so when that's necessary, Mercury in Cancer is like, yeah, right? They're like throwing a tantrum. And so, yeah. I don't really have anything else to say. I just wanted y'all to know that I saw you, I see you, I know what you've been through. We've been through it together, and we made it, and we're on the other side, and there are going to be some other really rough moments this year. But right now we can breathe, we can take a breath. Take this Capricorn moon moment to like organize yourself or something, right? Like draw little containers in your brain to put your feelings in, and be like, you're just going to sit there and then just pet it like a turtle. You know what I'm saying? That's what Moon in Capricorn does, right? They take their feelings, and then they put them inside a box, and they're like, they're their feelings. You will be okay, feelings. And then they walk away as if those feelings aren't theirs. But Moon in Capricorn, y'all gonna be all right. We have a Moon in Capricorn like right now, so it'll be there for the next few days. And everything is still really opposite everything until tomorrow. So Just breathe. But the pressure is relieved. These oppositions have really been building since like May. And like it was a slow burn, like for these oppositions to finally perfect and relieve the tension. And so now the next opposition that we're waiting for is the full moon, part 2 in Sagittarius, which is the lunar eclipse on July 16th. So in the meantime, that's happening. Oh, we have one more opposition this weekend with Venus and Jupiter, but that's more like an overindulgence. Is it safe for me to do this thing? Yeah. So yeah, that's that on that. You guys have a very happy, it's not Monday. What's today, y'all? Wednesday. Have a happy Wednesday. I'll try to get this up on YouTube at some point once I'm back on Wi-Fi. All right. Bye, y'all.